Hello everyone, I see you, Zellray. How are you? I wanted to jump on. We have 2 more minutes before we get started. Hello, Amy Steele. What's up? I'm just so excited. For those of you who are on early, I decided to do a take 2 of the one I had earlier today. I like that, Amy. Hey, hey. I'll just be straight honest and say that I was totally distracted by someone who was trolling this Periscope, and they were just posting things of course, it was not within my integrity. So I was distracted trying to block the person who was posting all types of things that I did not appreciate. So I got distracted. So I didn't like it. I went through and I reviewed it and I decided I want to redo this. But here's the truth. We all know either Facebook Live or Periscope, you're going to have that person. Hello, what's up, Betty Lovelace Ross? I need to talk to you. We got to talk after this. Crazy idea I have about school. So we got to figure out a way how to talk, Betty. And I actually mentioned your name to Amy Steele, who was on, who I had a conversation with on yesterday. So it's just so strange that you're here. So everyone, again, this is take 2 of what I had previously recorded on Periscope because I was absolutely distracted because of someone who was trolling the page. But as you know, we're going to have people who are going to troll pages and they're going to post things, and there's nothing we can do about it. So I want you to know that my integrity does not fit with that type of conversation or language. So we're just going to have to bypass that some sort of way. If I'm able to catch it and to block them, I will do that. But let's get started because it is 2:05 and I'm not going to be with you long. I only want to be with you for about 10-15 minutes. Today's topic, all of you are joining Politically Savvy with Gail, and this came out of our Ready publication, Civic Engagement Tours that kicked off in October of 2016, and so many people were excited about it. We went to Dallas, then Philadelphia, then Atlanta, and then we ended up in Washington, D.C. at Howard University, and people are still asking about them. So I decided to do each Wednesday. Our regular time is going to be 12:05 each Wednesday. But I wanted to jump on again, as I said, to redo the one I did earlier. So today we're talking about young women, confidence, empowerment, and I'm going to jump right in. The first thing, if we really want to build confidence within our young ladies, is that we want to have that mentoring relationship, that relationship building. Now, hear me. Young women want authentic relationships. They want to see the real us, the true us. So we really want to push the effort of mentoring young women with our authentic selves. And several things to look at when we want to build that relationship. We want to look at workforce development. How can we help them develop their skills? How can we encourage them to do even greater than they're doing now? We want to talk about schooling. And then those of you who were on here earlier, Dr. Betty Lovelace Ross is a great, I don't want to call her educator because she's beyond that, but she's someone who is passionate about education, advanced education, master programs, doctoral programs, PhDs here, there, and everywhere. She is absolutely amazing. And it's interesting that she's on here today because I need to talk to her. So you always have that connection. That's what's important for other young ladies. Immediately, even last week, Amy Steele can mention that I talked about her on yesterday. My husband can say I mentioned Dr. Lovelace Ross a couple weeks ago. Always having that connection. So when I thought of education, and when I thought of advancing my educational needs and things and directions that I want to go to, the first person that came to mind was Dr. Betty Lovelace Ross. That's what I'm talking about, an authentic relationship that has been built, that when it's time to think about certain areas of our lives, immediately you go to that person, you go to that name. Also with relationship building, we want to look at the careers. We need to help young ladies identify their goals. I'm working with a young lady now at our church. I call her my second daughter. But it says, send money, open kids, women. Don't know what that is, so we're going to ignore it. That's what I mean. People start trolling, but it's okay. But we have to help them identify goals. So this young lady I'm working with, I'm always asking her, how's it going? What is it that you want to do? Are you happy doing what you're doing now? Are there things that I can do to help you to look at things differently? I also challenge her. We cannot be fearful to push the envelope, but you have to have that relationship first. I know how far I can push this young lady. I try to get her to open her mind to look at different avenues and to encourage her. There's times that I may come across tough, but that's considered tough love. But again, that's from that relationship that you build. So when we're talking about empowering young women and giving them that confidence, we have to be that authentic, that true voice in speaking into the life of that person. Some young ladies today, they're not going to allow you to speak into their life because you don't have that relationship. So build that relationship first. The second thing I want to talk about are the different workshops and trainings that are available. And it's connecting that young woman to these different venues. One, what are the different networking small groups or networking monthly meetings that are available? Can you take a young lady with you to those networking meetings? Hello, how are you? Professional meetings. What about helping them understand philanthropy, connecting them with other women, other businesses with philanthropy, and helping them to grow and understand? Because here's the truth, people. To be invited to the table more often than not, we must sow into different communities and sow into different programs. That's how we get started, and that's what we do. So, see, I had to block somebody already, but it's okay. Small business development. Do we need to help young ladies look at the different possibilities to develop a small business? I love Amy Steele used the word side hustle. How can we help them look at the possibilities? Writers, there's freelance writing gigs out there if you are a lover of writing. What about that? There's different kind of graphic design possibilities. I know there's so many small businesses or women-owned businesses and small business across the board who are looking for graphic designers, graphic artists, excuse me. So if you're that person, be sure to bring your resume, your portfolio, your background, your information, and let people know that you have that skill. But we have to open up doors of possibility for these young women. That's how we empower. We look at their work, we get them plugged in, we get them connected with other people. That's what we do. Number 3, resources. What are the resources that are available out there? And there's 2 I want to mention today. And one is Global Fund for Women. And I'm actually going to look at this while I'm talking to you all. Global Fund for Women, and the URL is globalfundforwomen.org. This is funding grassroots change and also strengthening organizations. So you want to check that out. That's globalfundforwomen.org. Wealth of information there. All of us can utilize that. So let's check that out. Thank you, Amy, for posting that. Another one that I absolutely love, and I'm trying to figure out how to start working with them now, is Step Up. And their website is suwn.org. Again, that's suwn.org. Step Up is really big with inspiring women to inspire girls. Absolutely phenomenal organization. They have one in Chicago, one in Dallas, one in LA, one in New York. There's a couple other of those as well. Absolutely phenomenal. Get plugged in, volunteer, sow a seed, donate, be available, use your skills to help other young women. Number 4, what to read. When we're talking about empowering women, young women, and building their confidence, there are several resources, and I have a few that I want to show you. The first one here, and hopefully you can see this. What I know for sure, this is from Oprah Winfrey. Absolutely phenomenal book to read. I read this from time to time. It's a great book. It's a great resource. Another one, and that's because I'm big in this, is called Half the Sky. Half the Sky deals with missions, different charitable organizations. These are women who are out there doing advocacy. If you have a skill, be sure to use it because people need what you have. Now, this is my all-time favorite book. I bought up probably all of these different times of the month a couple years ago, and I continue to share them with different girls. It's called Basic Black, and this is by Kathy Black. She used to run USA Today. And this is really, and it's called an essential guide for getting ahead at work and life. This book is absolutely phenomenal. It's a must read. Seriously, people. I'm sure you could probably find this at half price books. But this book here, I'm constantly giving this book away to young women because I think it's absolutely, it's like a must read. It's like a must read from my book. What I'm thinking. And then another one, we got to talk about finances, especially today. This is Michelle Singletary, and this is the 21-day financial fast. It works. Now, you're going to be upset because she's going to tell you not to buy some things, not to eat fast food, and not to drink Starbucks for about 21 days. It's really hard, but it's worth it. It helps you realize how you're spending money. When we're talking about being politically savvy, you got to look at all areas and not just one. Another great book, everyone knows Susie Orman, but this is Women and Money. This is a great book as well. It helps you organize things and put things in proper perspective, so that too is a must read. Now, you know I'm not going to come on here and not talk about Ready. This is a publication that is published by myself and my daughter. We are in our 3rd year, but this here is a quarterly print publication. You can also get it on Amazon. You can download it on your Kindle, but this is a wealth of information. And this is written by women, for women, and I absolutely cannot stress enough that we need to support one another. That's all about confidence, young women empowerment and confidence. And speaking of Ready publication, again, I'll hold this up again. Speaking of this, we are always looking for writers. So if you're looking to get published, why not go to our website, look at our how to submit an article, and let us know if this is something you're interested in. We're in all 50 states and now 24 countries, so you don't want to miss that. We're in our 3rd year, and that's how fast we're booming. That's how fast we're moving along, because we have other women who have linked up with us and helping us push what it is that we do forward. So it's all about what we read. Number 5, and then we'll be done. We want to talk about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is essential. That will help you get connected. Not just to go there to connect with someone, but to read articles. Not only read their articles, share their articles. Not only share their articles, print them off and utilize their articles in your everyday walk with life. It says, hello, can you help me? If you have a real question, ask the question and we'll see where we can go from there. Here's something else. Never do too much. And this is what I'm going to wrap up with. Never do too much. Don't stretch yourself too thin. We want to talk about empowering our young women to have confidence. And in that empowering, we want to do just enough to connect with people. Do you have time to mentor 2 hours a month? Do that. Do you have time to share and take a young woman along with you to a workshop or training once a month or once every other month? Do that. Do you have resources that you can share with women? You can share the 2 resources I just shared with you. Something so simple, so simple. It's about being politically savvy. Do that. Do you have a book that you can offer someone to read, something that has helped you and propelled you forward? Share that book. And let me add a number 7. Let's start sharing with one another. This isn't about competing. We shouldn't be competing with our sisters. We should be empowering. We should be sharing. We should be letting them know how to get ahead and how to move forward. So you want to give them those reading materials. And again, LinkedIn is a great connector. If you're on LinkedIn and you would like to connect with me, look me up. I'm Gail E. Dudley, and that's Gail, the middle initial E. Dudley, Dudley. That's a great resource. I think that's all I have today. This is Politically Savvy with Gail. It is come from our Ready publication, our civic engagement tours that took place in October of 2016. We're just moving forward. Stay tuned every Wednesday, 12:05. Jump on here. Let other people know. Next